Hey guys, so today I'm in a city called Kielce in the southeast of Poland. I've come to explore this old city. Now, this city is 900 years old and there are so many things to see and do here in Kielce. So this tour is going to focus on telling you the best things that I recommend that you must see and you must do when you visit this lovely city. So I've started off at the palace of the Krakow Bishops. Now this was built in the 17th century as a summer residence for the bishops of Krakow, and it opened in 1644. So it's very, very historic. This place now is home to the National Museum of Kielce, and it is also an art gallery as well if you go inside. So you can enter there just to the left side where you see all the tourists walking across there. But if you notice, the architectural style is a bit different to other buildings in Poland. It was actually built by an Italian architect called Thomas Poncino, and that's why it's got that Italian style to the building and the architecture. Now inside you've got like a brewery inside there. You've got stables and coach houses and all of that type of thing as well. So this is the main point of interest why people would come to visit Kielce. I mean, it's very, very well maintained as well. You can see that just on the exterior of the building, and it's a great place to come and get some photographs done there as well. Now, just to the right side here, I'm just going to show you, you can just see it in the background. This is the cathedral that you can see on the right side of Virgin Mary. Well, actually, people these days, they just call it Kielce Cathedral. So there's plenty of things to see and do actually when you're here in Kielce. The thing is, you see, it's very near to the mountain range. There's a big mountain range here called Sienkiewicza Mountains. Sorry about the pronunciation, my Polish is not too great really. But there's a lovely national park, and it's the oldest mountain range in Poland, and that's why many people come here. They come here for hiking, and they come here to see the famous cave, the Paradise Cave they call it there, at Jaskini. Well, I'm sorry about the pronunciation again, but you certainly want to do a visit to the cave inside the national park. That's another thing that you want to do when you're here in the city. There's lots and lots of museums here as well, here in Kielce. There's so many different museums around the town, and I'd highly recommend that you go and visit some of those museums. There's a famous museum here, the Museum of Toys. If you're here with a family, that type of thing, that's a really, really good museum to go to. There's so many different ones here as well. I'd recommend maybe you visit the botanical garden. The botanical garden would be a very, very good visit when you're here, because you get the nice mountain views, and you get to see the geopark there as well. So the botanical garden displays all kind of local plants and flowers and that type of thing, and it looks really, really beautiful down there. People are coming here for spa breaks because the air is very, very high quality here. Basically, it's famous for having some of the freshest air in the whole of Poland. So you've got all these spa hotels nearby. For example, you've got the 5-star Odyssey Hotel. Right now in September, you can get that for about £120 a night. And it's a hotel with all spa facilities. It's got all different pools. It's got outdoor pools and it's got indoor pools. It's got all the gym there and the saunas and everything at the Odyssey. You can also stay in the Binkowski Hotel, which is a 4-star hotel. That's a competitor of the Odyssey. That's also where I stayed actually this holiday, and it's a bit more reasonable, maybe about £70 or £80 a night to stay in the Binkowski Hotel. I was really impressed by the Binkowski because it has a rooftop pool. It's actually taken on the 13th of September in 2023, and the weather's been about 29-30 degrees every single day. It's been very hot and sunny, so I've come down here for a spa break to chill out. and I just wanted to make you some tours to show you around the town, just so you can get a feel for Kielce and see if you think it's worth a day trip or a visit. So I'd recommend that you visit the castle down in Hęciny, and this castle in Hęciny is 15 kilometers away from the city center of Kielce, so you can just jump a taxi. I'd recommend you use Uber or Bolt taxi to get down there, but it's well worth a visit. It's a really spectacular castle in a really beautiful town. And there's another castle actually in the national park area as well, and I recommend you also visit. Have a look on Google, all the different castles around here. And Kielce is famous for having some really beautiful castles. So this street here is called Sienkiewicza Street. This is the main street that goes right up and down, right through the middle of Kielce. This street goes on for 2 kilometers. It's one of the longest high streets in the whole of Poland. This is where people do their shopping. You get all cafes up and down, ice cream shops. You can see the Hotel Bristol there with the British flag on the left side. And this is the main street in town, and you've got the main market square to the left side off this main street. So today it's a Thursday, and this tour's taken about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've taken the tour at a nice quiet time, so it's really easy to do the tour. There's no people like really in the way everywhere. So the best thing about Rzeszów, best thing here about Kielce, sorry, is it's got all these signs around the city, and it just directs you exactly where to go. So the former palace of the Krakow Bishops there is to the right side, as you can see on the sign. So it's easy to find. Get yourself to Sienkiewicza Street, and then you'll be able to find your way around really easily with these signs here. So you can see the Museum of History is straight ahead, 400 meters straight up there. So that will take you through the ages of what happened in the past here in Kielce. You've got the museum, the Intercultural Museum, 200 meters to the left side. That sounds very interesting. I've traveled the whole world. I've been to 65 countries now, so I'm very interested in international culture. There's so many different museums here. The Museum of Toys and Play there. Now that's the #1 on TripAdvisor, so that's probably maybe the best museum here. It's very high on TripAdvisor. You've got the Kielce Cultural Center, the Dance Theatre. There's another museum there. There's the art exhibition of Kielce, and tourist information is just behind me, 220 meters. When you first come to a town, I recommend that you go to tourist information, and tourist information will tell you exactly what to see and do. And in Poland, they give you a free book with all information about the city, the history of the city, and the things to see and do. And there's lots of things that you can do in these cities in Poland for free. So they'll tell you that. One day every week, they have a free day where you can go into the museums totally free of charge here. And it's the same in all the Polish cities. So you ask that at tourist information, and they'll tell you what day. It might be a Monday or something, but there's one day of the week when you can go there for free. And by the way, I mentioned before about the Hęciny Castle. Well, to go into the Hęciny Castle, I believe it costs 20 zloty, which is around about £4 to get in, or about €5 to enter the castle. So the price is very reasonable. I've just been in this cafe straight ahead here in the corner, and I've had a lovely English breakfast in that cafe. Let me just focus in on it now and recommend it. Now this is definitely one of the best places to eat here. I've had a fabulous English breakfast, and the coffee was absolutely delicious in there as well. There you go. It's called Meet Me, and that's the cafe I recommend that you go to here if you want to have breakfast or a nice coffee and watch the people go by. So this street here, it leads directly onto the main market square of Rzeszów. So the main market square is called Główny Rynek in Polish language. And this is where you have all the nightlife going on, all the bars, all the restaurants are there and everything, all the cafes in the main square of the city. All the cities in Poland have main market squares, and that's where it all goes on. That's where all the activity goes on in all of the towns. The town here, it's a lovely town. It's clean. There's cobbled streets all going off the square. The only criticism I give on this town is I came here 4 days ago and there's not much nightlife going on really. The bars tend to be a bit quiet for going out. I couldn't find that many places to go out really at night time for busier places really. It's not so busy for nightlife here like Krakow and Warsaw and Wrocław and Rzeszów and Lublin. They're the cities for nightlife and bars and restaurants. There are some restaurants here at the main square, though I'd say there's about maybe 8 or 9 different ones around the main market square of Kielce, and they're very good value for money as well here. I'd say that the prices here are a little bit lower than in the big cities like Krakow and Warsaw. Now, if you go straight up this street here, on the left side, there's a Czech beer bar, and Czech is the best beer in the whole world. So I'd recommend you try a Czech beer when you're here. It's that one with the big outdoor terrace just up there on the left side. On the right side, there's a place that does shrimps. It's a shrimp house. I've been recommended that one by a girl in the bar yesterday. And if I swing round here, that's how you get to back to the main street, down this cobble street straight ahead. And on the left side, they have a games bar if you want to play some games. Wow, I didn't expect this. There's some quad bikes going by. Whoa. Very unusual, I didn't expect that at all. There's Kolejanka on the left side where you can buy all your Polish food. You can buy żurek soup. They have a nice vegetable soup in Poland as well. I like the onion soup too. The best thing you can buy in Poland is the soup, and you must always try the potato pancakes with mushroom sauce, or try the potato pancakes with goulash. There's lots of different Polish dishes you can try, and pierogi ruski is my favorite pierogi to buy here. So pierogi is like raviolis with cheese in the middle, or you can have raviolis with meat in as well. But the most popular food here is pierogi. So it's a quiet time now, it's in the afternoon, but when it gets to night time, these tables are all full of people. There's plenty of people around. So I got to the train station here and it was really confusing. It's one criticism that I give this town is the train station needs to be improved to make it a bit easier for visitors and tourists. I found it really complicated to find the place to buy the tickets. Apparently they've got a temporary ticket booth open. It was a really weird experience yesterday anyway, trying to buy train tickets. In terms of budget accommodation, if you want to stay here very cheaply, you can stay in a place called Hostel Art. It's about 100 zloty, about £20 a night, about 22 euros. If you have a look on Kayak website, and you'll be able to stay there on a budget for a very, very reasonable price. Also, the posh hotels, the 4- and 5-star hotels here, are very reasonable prices. They'll be about 20 or 30 pounds cheaper than in Krakow or Warsaw, the bigger cities in Poland. So here they have lots of brew pubs around the square as well. This one straight ahead, it says Browar Pondizi, and I'll just swing around to the right side, and in the far corner on the left side they have the Stary Browar, and that's a really good one to go to. I mean, I had lunch in there. They have very good foods, and I had a delicious Czech goulash in there just on the left on that terrace there yesterday. And also I had a nice pasta dish with salmon and like a cream cheese sauce. It was really tasty. That was only 25 zloty for the pasta, which is less than £5. And I had a delicious Czech goulash, and I think it was about £6 or £7. It was 35 zloty. Yeah, so it's £6 to £7 to buy that. You can see all the nice flowers around the square here as well. Just so you can get a feel for the town really and what's going on here, what it's like. It's quite quiet and it's quite laid back here. September's certainly the best month to visit here. The weather has just been absolutely perfect. It's cooled down a bit today to about 20 degrees, so that's nice. But it's been really, really hot and sunny every day here. So it's just a short guided tour today, guys. And I've got guided tours from all the different cities in Poland with commentary. And I give you all of my tips and my recommendations as well on my tours. But thank you very much for watching my guided tour today, and please give me some likes and give me some comments and ideas of things to see and do here in Kielce as well. And please subscribe to my channel at Travel with Col, and that's Col with a C-O-L. Cheers guys, bye bye.